Okay, hi buddies. I'm so happy to be here making these gingerbread cookies with you because I love them and I haven't really made them in a long time. Like, I don't think I even made them this year, but now that it's the season, I'm inspired to do it. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit about what makes them so I wish I made them more often. What makes them so awesome. So let me just show you the ingredients. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, the truth is I even forgot. I don't even have the eggs in these, so I don't need the eggs. But okay, I have my cinnamon, my ginger, my arrowroot powder. For those of you who made the ice cream back in the day with me, we did it a couple months ago. We made ice cream together. I have it still from that. I mean, I just always have it for those things. I have my baking soda, my molasses. See, it says unsulfured. That's how we know it's blackstrap, even though it doesn't say. And my almond flour and my coconut sugar. So all of these things are great for, honestly, like every single ingredient is a really good ingredient. The coconut sugar obviously has sugar in it, but everything else is like really solid things that I want to get into my body and my family's body. In particular, honestly, let me show you the molasses. Apparently some people are not so familiar with molasses. Molasses is really awesome. And what it is when they refine white sugar and they pull out basically all of the vitamins and minerals from white sugar to make it just plain and white and just the sweetness. What's left over is the molasses. And so it's very high and rich in minerals and vitamins. Has like calcium and potassium, and it's iron rich. Actually has a lot of good iron in it, and I find that I will crave it, but it's not the kind of thing you can just like eat plain. But it's awesome in these cookies, so you can't leave it out. I mean, if you leave it out, you'll probably still make yummy cookies, but they won't taste like gingerbread. Like, it's the most important flavor, like even more than ginger in the gingerbread cookies. So, and of course these ones are gluten-free and high in protein and all that jazz. Okay, so here's my bowl. And we're going to do the dry ingredients first, and then we'll just push them to the side. So here I have my almond flour, and you guys know, like, I don't ever really measure, but okay, hold on, here's one. I'm doing a kind of small batch today because I don't know if my family, the truth is I know my family will love them, but whatever, I just feel like doing a small batch. Okay, again, I'm not measuring perfectly. Like, I'm not using a half a cup thing. Okay, that's a half, about. And here's my toddler coming. He's not, I don't know if he's a toddler. He's 3. Does that count as a toddler? Okay. Arrowroot powder really helps with the texture. Like, if you guys have made gluten-free stuff before, you know that sometimes the texture is like a little hard to nail because the gluten is the part of the grain that actually makes things stick. So if you're using alternative flours like almond flour or even like buckwheat flour or quinoa flour or whatever, it won't have that same like rising and like cohesiveness, like the, what's the word? Whatever. The stickiness, I guess, is sort of what I'm saying. Anyways, but the arrowroot helps with that. You can, if you can't find it or it's too annoying to you, you can substitute it for like cornstarch, and that should work. But in the interest of health, arrowroot powder is actually very good for you. And basically, oh, this one's from Vietnam. How cool. Basically, it's very rich in minerals. So it like, again, and it has like basically no flavor. If it has any flavor, I'd say it's kind of like vanilla-ish, but that's about it. And whereas, you know, cornstarch, you know, unless you're getting organic cornstarch, it's going to be GMO, which I don't want. Okay, the salt, I'm just doing a pinch of because I don't really measure, as you know. It's officially like an eighth of a teaspoon. Sorry. And also just corn. We all like don't need more corn in our life because corn is very high in omega-6. And excess omega-6 causes inflammation. Like we all people really ideally need like a ratio of like omega-3 to omega-6, like 1-to-1 ratio. But the average American has a 1-to-20 ratio. So we really don't need like extra corn in our life. So again, I'm not like anti-corn or anything, but when I have the option of using something else that will like get the job done, I'm gonna choose it. Especially because like even organic corn is not like super nutritious, but the arrowroot is. So even though obviously like it's still a cookie, we're not pretending that this is kale. The truth is it's really good. It's full of really healthy things that I want to get in my body and will help my body do its job. So there you go. Okay, so cinnamon, of course, you know I don't measure. Also, I just really like cinnamon. So there you go. Okay, it's supposed to be, what did I say? A teaspoon? Whatever. It's probably more, it doesn't matter. Okay, and the ginger. Okay, it's supposed to be 2 teaspoons of ginger. I don't know. I'm just gonna pour. Because I like these flavors, so I'm not like worried about overdoing it. Some people like things really delicate. I'm more of like a strong flavor person. Oh, I smell it. It smells really good. Okay, and now the coconut sugar. If you don't like coconut sugar, weirdo, no, then you're just a person who has like sensitive taste buds. You don't like it. You could use like maple syrup or honey, because both of those are lower glycemic. Right? I said these cookies are low glycemic. They are. And what that means, what does low glycemic even mean, right? Like, Shayna, what does that even mean? Low glycemic means glycemic index judges how fast, when you eat something, how fast it spikes your blood sugar. So the fastest thing is just like plain white sugar because it's just that molecule. So even like when even before you swallow it, it starts getting absorbed like in like the cells of your cheeks basically, and immediately jacks up your blood sugar and then drops you, which is why like sugar is so addictive and so awesome. Can you see in my bowl? Should probably tilt this and see down better. Is that better? You can see that's all the dry ingredients. Anyways, but coconut sugar has a much lower glycemic index because it has all of the accompanying minerals in it. If you found like Rapadura or Sucanat, you could use that too. That basically is also just cane sugar that hasn't had the molasses pulled out. It's all like left in there, and it has that flavor. It's basically what people usually think brown sugar is, but it's not. Brown sugar is just, it's just regular white sugar that they add a like teeny drop of molasses to give it color. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this together. The drying. Oh, and I forgot I have to add in my baking soda. I'll do that too. Look, my bowl has a hole because it's from a dollar store. That's okay. My kids I think they were using it as like, I think yesterday I saw them using this bowl as like not sleds, but like, I don't know. They had it. They were putting their feet in. Don't worry, I washed it. Anyways, you're not eating these. Only we are. But anyways, hence the broken bowl. I always get torn about like, should I buy nicer bowls? But then I'm like, then they're just gonna do it with those, and then I'm gonna be an uptight mom who gets mad about it. And I'd rather just be like, whatever. It's $1 in the trash. What can I do? Okay. I cannot be uptight. Okay, here we go. So here's my baking soda, which I'm gonna just sprinkle. And yeah, these are actually vegan. I didn't even notice. Because I feel like always I put eggs in things, but I forgot that this one I didn't. Okay, so here's all my dry ingredients. Woohoo, see they're all kind of mixed in together well. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do our coconut oil. Oh, I forgot to put that in the lineup. Okay. Here's our coconut oil. This is a good one. It's the Trader Joe's one. If you don't like the taste of coconut, you can use, see this says organic virgin coconut. Do you see that? So if you get the this one is unrefined. If you see, oh, there it goes. Cold pressed and unrefined. Can you see that? If you get the refined one, which has like the green wrap on it at Trader Joe's, that one is also still really healthy and it won't have the coconutty taste if you don't like it. Okay, so here's going to be my trick. Because the molasses is super duper sticky. Like if you think that honey is sticky, like wait till you meet molasses. Okay, so I'm actually measuring the coconut oil because I don't want to overdo it. Believe it or not. Okay, what did I even say? How much am I doing? Coconut, 2 tablespoons. Okay, so 1. I might need to add more because it's a lot of dry ingredients. And the molasses gets super sticky to begin with. Like I mentioned, super sticky. Okay. Here we go. And then, but I did the oil first to help the molasses not stick. Do you see how thick that is? I hear my 2-year-old, not 2, he's 3.5, okay, what am I saying? I hear him yelling at my 9-year-old to take him to the bathroom. Which is funny, because he can totally go by himself. But he likes to have company, what can I say? Okay, now I'm just like stirring it all together. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it. Ugh! The hole just sprayed me. Okay, there you go. See, I gotta learn my lesson. I'm not using a bowl with a hole. Okay, we're gonna totally need to add more oil. I might even add more water. See, originally I used to do this recipe with maple syrup, so it was a lot more wet because maple syrup is wet. But honestly, maple syrup, even though it's like a wholesome sweetener that has a lot of minerals in it, it just really affects my blood sugar a lot more. Sorry, the lighting's weird in here. It just affects my blood sugar a lot more. So look, it's looking like really crumbly. So I think I'm gonna add, I used to do water, to be honest. Okay. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of water because instead of, because that's what, we did a 1/4 cup of sugar, which I used to do the maple syrup. So we'll see. If this does the trick, I'll change the recipe for you guys. Like you can see, I haven't made it in a while. But yeah, it's interesting. Different sweeteners have a different effect on different people. Like, I like the flavor of maple syrup the best. Can you hear my kids coming in to yell? There's my older one. They're getting water. I like the flavor of maple syrup the best, but it totally affects my blood sugar. Not as much as like white sugar, but way more. Hi, Australia. You want to come say hi?
Yeah, can you take
See
me
my
to
little
the bathroom?
I can take you when I'm done making these cookies. Want to say hi? Come here. See my little man.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Israel.
Okay, go play. I think my older one does not have school today. Obviously, that's why he's here. But my little one does, but I just, whatever. If one's home, I might as well keep them both home. I love you. He's so sweet. Okay. Okay, it's looking more like dough. Still kind of not quite sticking together. We'll see. Maybe I'll use my hands and see if that helps. See, I love to say, I mean, this is definitely an easier recipe than the other ones I've seen, but it's just like not, making molasses cookies making any cookies with molasses is always like, yeah, it's coming together. Okay. It just never is as simple because it's so sticky, honestly. I kind of want to add more molasses because I really like molasses. I'm going to add a little more. Maybe I should taste it first. Should I taste it, you guys? Here we go. Actually, it feels nice. Okay, here we go. Let me taste it a little bit. How do I taste without getting germy? It's actually really good. I'm not going to add anything to it. It tastes just like gingerbread. Okay, so now I'm just going to move everything to the side. Oh no, my baking soda is getting all wet. I have my cookie tray right here. My 3-year-old, sometimes he can say args and sometimes he doesn't, and he says huh instead of here. It's really cute. Like, I feel like a lot of other little kids say here, and he just says huh. Anyways, okay, so can you see that? You can't see. I'm going to put on this side to side. I'm just making little ballies and then flattening them. You see that? Just flattened it. And I'm excited. These feel nice and soft. Okay. So, depending on how big you make your cookies is how many you'll get. I guess it's pretty obvious. You don't need me to tell you that. But here we go. Okay. So, I don't know. I think I'll probably get around 8 instead of a dozen because, I don't know, my family, like, bigger cookies are always better. People like that more, you know? But interestingly, people always want to choose the big ones, and then they're like, oh, the small ones tasted a little better. So just, I don't know, something about them. But I usually don't have patience to do small ones because you can just do faster for the big ones. What else did I want to tell you? Cinnamon is also really helpful in keeping your, sorry, my hair is totally in my face. I feel like my kids, before they get their haircut, they're like always like pushing it out of their face. Cinnamon's also really good for helping your blood sugar stay stable. So honestly, whenever I make baked goods, I'll try and see, like, can I weasel in some cinnamon into this recipe? Like, even if it doesn't originally call for it, like whatever the inspiration is that I'm using. Like often, honestly, I'll even put a little bit into my chocolate chip cookies. And you don't really taste it, but I'm just like trying to get it in there to help the blood sugar stay even keel. Which it doesn't need a ton of help, because again, like the cookies that I make are always like high in good fats and have as little sweetener as I can get away with. Okay. Woo, fun, right? Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Apparently my kid just went to the bathroom and he needs my help cleaning himself up. Okay, anyway, so these are the cookies. They're really good. I'm putting them in the oven now. I'm so proud of myself. It's actually on at 350. Not honestly because I was planning for this one, because I just heated up the chicken from last night for my family. To have a like legit lunch instead of just like picking up random things. I'm coming, hold on. Mommy, come clean my poo. Such a glamorous life I lead. Okay, so and then if you want, you can like sprinkle some cookies, some like, you know, more. I'm coming. Some more coconut sugar on top. I'm coming. Just 1 second. Let me finish. I'll come. Just wait for me 1 second. Yes. Okay, I'm coming in 1 second. I have to wash my hands. I have cookies all over them. Okay? Okay. You could sprinkle some coconut sugar on top. I don't think it needs it, but you totally can if you want to just like make it look a little fancier. And then at 10 minutes, you'll have like a nice, like kind of like soft cookie. And at like 15 minutes, you'll have a little like crunchier cookie. Anyways, so I'm putting them in the oven. When they come out, I'll post the picture and I'll put the recipe up here too for you guys. I posted it already in the group. You can get it sent to you, but I'll post it above this also. And oh snap, I forgot the introduction. I didn't even tell you guys anything. Hi, I'm Shana Cameron from Super Simple Nutrition, and I'm a nutritionist, and I teach my clients how to use really simple and delicious foods as super effective medicine. So any kind of health issues that you're struggling with, whether that's digestion or hormonal issues or like Crohn's or colitis or PMS or psoriasis or heartburn or bleh. Honestly, I'm trying to think of like the list. I feel like I've, thank God, been able to help so many people with so many things. I've helped hundreds of people over the past couple of years, and it's really, really effective. And we use really yummy food. It's not like I put you on like a cardboard diet that's just no salt, you know, no salt and fat free. That makes everything taste bad. The food is really food, and a ton of my clients.
Please clean my butt.
I'm gonna clean your butt. The food tastes good. It's real food like we make here, so it's like a healthier twist on it, but it's really good stuff. So if you guys have any questions about that, you can comment below. You can ask me later. Whatever you want is cool beans with cheese. And I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, I wanted to let one more thing. Happy Thanksgiving. If you guys want it still, Thanksgiving is what? Today's Tuesday or today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Okay. If you want, I made a Thanksgiving course for my ninjas. That's the other group. It's a $47 a month like paid program where I teach a class every single week on really awesome stuff. We did like everything about dairy, understanding how that works, and then last week we did like a super easy, healthy, yummy, fast, easy to make Thanksgiving. Next week we're doing how to make Shabbat in under an hour. So anyways, you can check that out if you're interested. I'll put the link for that. You can join. You get all the classes when you join, and then if you want to cancel at any time, you can cancel anytime. There's no strings attached. Okay, all right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.